Hello everyone and welcome to another morning spotlight. Today I'll be checking out two different creatures, the SCOTOHARPES from Snappin and the Charnia from Xyphias. So these seem to be two early game accessible creatures, although they also seem to have utility that'd be useful later in the game as well, which I'm a big fan of, you know, just small little simple creatures with late game utility. And both of them I do believe we can find in the water. I know Charnia we can definitely find in the water, but SCOTOHARPES I think probably going to find in the beaches and shallow waters, much like a regular trilobite. So we'll just see which one I find first and go from there. And a little quick note, oh, I've already found one. Well, I was going to say, you know, on the topic of early game search, I'm on a Protoceratops from the Sunken World, and I thought you guys would like to know that, first of all, the camera distance has been fixed, it's no longer very zoomed out, and the Protoceratops saddle has been moved to level 10, which makes it one of the earliest saddles you can get. Phiomia, Parasaur, then yeah, Turtle, Protoceratops. So that's handy for the early game adventure. But yes, so SCOTOHARPES, this is a new little trilobite from Snappin. These are passer-tamed with spoiled meat and their kibble is black pearls. So before I try taming it actually, what I'd like to find out is, just like the regular trilobite and I think Walicerops as well, do you actually give black pearls? Let's go ahead and just kill you quickly. Ah! Stabby, stabby! Oh, that's not black pearls, that is wooden thatch. God, you have a lot of health, actually. Oi, there you go. Hold on. How much health did I actually have? I can't find out. Well, let's go ahead then, and I don't have a hatchet, do I? No. Do I get any black pearls? Do I get anything at all? Oh dear. Okay, might be a hitbox moment. One moment. When in doubt, harvest of an animal, and... Huh. Right, so I don't think you can harvest it. Okay, good to know. Oh, actually, my raptor just did. Okay, so for whatever reason, it was able to harvest it, just not me mounted. From that, it got... Oh, right, okay, so... I completely forgot about that. So, it didn't seem to have dropped the black pearls. We'll test it more in a moment, actually. But it does drop Ferrous dust. Ferrous? I thought it was probably a silent S. Well, a pile of magnetized dust gathered by SCOTOHARPES, it can be used in place of metal. So this is an early game substitute for metal. Okay, actually, I do just want to test. This is... Wow, we've just started the video, we're already cheating. But I do think this is a good thing to find out, is whether or not these guys do drop black pearls, because for those who may not already know, trilobites in the early game are a good source of black pearls. Obviously you don't get a lot from them, but you can squeeze out just a couple in the early game that could just, you know, provide a little bit of a benefit to just anything, really, anything black pearl related. So, I want to find out, they absolutely do not drop pearls, they do drop a lot of chitin and oil. Okay, so basically, the Ferrous dust is the substitute for pearls. You can look at it that way. Pretty neat, actually. It's a nice little simple solution, considering that trilobites did come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And I do like the idea of it just giving the dust instead. So we got 33 of that, but let's now look into actually taming one. Hey, you know, all those are just, oh, here you go. Wait, that's a trilobite. Oh, there you go. So, as a, oh, piss off. No, piranhas, I did not ask for you, please. You know what? I feel like I've not said this in a while. This is a reminder that I do not make tutorials. I have fun in the game and I am very grateful that people come to watch. So, again, not a tutorial. Oh, 150, okay. Let's go ahead then. So, black pearls are the kibble for these guys. They take spoiled meat or black pearls. How many black pearls would a 150 take? 20. Okay, 20%, as in, wait. So it'll take 5 in total. And do note, by the way, it does have the size multiplier, so you'll be able to find different SCOTOHARPES in different sizes, which is always a nice little benefit. Since again, like I said a moment ago, trilobites do come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and it's fitting for this guy to have a variety of sizes too. Oh, there we go, that's the second feed. So I'd say that was about, oh, immediately another one. Oh, there you go, okay. Oh wow, I've not seen this in a while actually, so it's like an old school vanilla tame then. So I'd say between the first and second feeds took the longest by far. First and second were about, what? 20, 30 seconds? And then after that, as you saw, it was actually relatively quick. Oh, what a weirdo! I was not expecting to wear it like a shield. I quite love that. And I've got a little magnet icon down there. Hello. So, let's go ahead then and just yeet you Oh wow, you really got yeeted. Oh, and it's got a little tentacle, or not tentacle, like little antenna feelies. I just kind of want to observe this for a second. What a cool little guy. So, SCOTOHARPES. Wait, oh. Longevity, hover energy, nourishment, carrying capacity, hover speed, dust gathering rate, dust gathering capacity, awakened. Huh. Okay. Wait, stamina frail. Oh, okay. Yes, awakened. I see. So obviously, we got a couple of new stats to think about. You know, hover energy, dust gathering rates. I really appreciate the fact that Snappin's renamed the regular stats longevity, carrying capacity, and awakened. I really wasn't expecting that. It's fantastic. But yes, so dust gathering capacity, that's very interesting. Crafting skill and fortitude icons as well. Is that fortitude? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's interesting then. So basically, these guys can also produce the Ferrous dust over time in their inventory. So these are actually a form of, you know, metal production. In fact, actually, one thing I think is quite important to find out real quick is, let's just get a foundation. And let's just get a smithy. And do I have any of the ferro dust on me? I do have some on the wrecks. Yeah, here we go. So 33. What is the ratio of this? Do we need to cook it? Go and disable GCM real quick. Let's look up, say, a metal pick. So the Ferrous dust is not a cooked substitute. Okay. So now, if we go ahead then and just quickly get up a forge, put some wood in that, light fire, put the ferro dust in there. And we have 33 at the moment. Let's just see what it cooks into. There we go. Right, so just like regular metal then, it converts 2 of the raw ferro dust into 1 metal ingot and 1 regular vanilla metal ingot as well. So you don't have to worry about like any, you know, compatibility issues. It's perfectly fine. Also, I do believe this guy has metal weight reduction. So this is 1.0 in my inventory. And it is still 1.0 in its inventory. Okay. But the dust does have weight reduction. And by the way, it's already produced 1 dust, just in that short period of setting all this up. Let's go ahead and grab all that and turn you off. Let's go back down here. And so let's just see then. 7.5 units of weight turns into 0.4 units of weight. Okay, so it's got a big big weight reduction then on this. And what about just regular raw metal? Yep, okay, it's got a 50% reduction on that as well. So that's interesting then, because you can use these guys in the really, really early game. Again, spoiled meat or kill a trilobite for black pearls. You can use one of these guys, have it on your shoulder, and it could, one, produce metal of its own volition, but also you can just bring it with you when roaming around. Maybe you go into the mountain really early game, like a really, you know, high risk, high reward caravan, and just have this guy just to help squeeze in a little bit of extra metal carry weight, you know, especially if you don't have like an anchor or anything yet. That, you know, just a little benefit, and that's cool. I like that. Oh, it turns out there's more to the production than just simply producing over time. So by placing silica pearls or black pearls in SCOTOHARPES inventory, it boosts Ferrous production capacity and rates and consumes the pearls over time. So if I chuck these in here then, maybe both at the same time. Hold on, so I've just got 34, my 34th dust there. And also, Ferrous dust production capacity and rate are additionally scaled off of the fortitude and crafting speed stats. Which makes sense. Oh, I've got 37. Which makes sense then. So yeah, gathering rate and gathering capacity. So is that just simply its weight, or does it scale it further? I'm not actually sure. Okay, so I've been trying to use a command to give the SCOTOHARPES a whole bunch of experience, and I can't seem to land it on it, so I can't test the levels exactly, but we can at least just see, you know, dust gathering rate, can put a point into that. And yeah, overall, otherwise, in the last, what, minute, probably 2 minutes, I've been trying to give this guy experience, he's already produced another 12 dust. So that metal production is quite legit, and has barely consumed any of my pearls either. That is pretty damn awesome. What a cool little guy. So, I did mention that both this and Charnia were early game creatures with late game utility. So, in the case of SCOTOHARPES, basically, from what I understand, I think it floats when you're near metal structures. So, I'm a little bit unsure of that one. So, we're going to have to quickly just go ahead and just put some structures down. So, say I were to get some foundations. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. And, yeah, so I think, like, when you're standing on it, it can do something. which I guess is, you know, kind of on brand considering that it is a little metal producer. So how does this work then? I think I have to like double tap. Oh! What the hell? Wait, why? That's amazing! And I'm also really high up. Wait, can I just fly around? It is using the stats, hold on. So I've accessed my inventory. Hover energy, which honestly, I mean, I guess I did get a 150, but that is a lot of energy. Do I need to be near, surely, do I need to be near a structure to start, or can I just, you know, bugger off? It seems like I can bugger off. There's another one right there. That's so strange, I love it. Can I just double tap to cancel? Yes, I can. Okay. Oh wait, it worked over there. Hold on. So if I just go like all the way over here. Wait, how does this work? What? Is it because I got metal in its inventory? No, it's not using any of it. It did use one black pearl, probably for the, you know, the metal production, which by the way, that's right there, 61 dust is already 30 ingots. Okay, this guy is wonderful for the early game metal production. I'm just kind of floored with this, and I can sprint as well to hover faster, and I can go up and down, so I thought it was just going to be a very generic, you know, horizontal hover, where you can't go up or down, but no, you sure can go up or down. Why? So I'm just reading again. A circular trilobite with strange electromagnetic abilities found in the oceans and on beaches. When worn, enables limited hovering while adjacent to metal structures. To engage magnetic hovering, simply double tap jump and approach a metallic surface. In addition, sprinting while this hover is active will increase movement speed at the cost of a faster energy drain. What a really interesting idea. That's so fun. But also, what is the range on this? Because surely I'm too far away now. Do I have... Maybe it's that? Do I drop my foundations? No. Well, that is absolutely wonderful. Well, there you go then, everyone. Here's your early game jetpack. I have to believe that this isn't working quite as intended. I think it, you know, it says you got to do it next to the metal structures. There are no metal structures on me, unless maybe it's counting like my pick. I highly doubt it. So chances are this probably isn't behaving exactly correctly. Or if it is, that's amazing. I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't... I don't think I should be able to start using all the way over there. But that is just wonderful. How does it work in the water? Does it work in the water? Probably not, right? Oh, I mean... yeah, okay. That seems safe and not a hazard at all. How interesting. Oh my god, I just noticed. It's little feelies. The antennas. They're sparking. I love this so much. Go away. Nobody asked for you. I feel like it'd be good if it did like a little bit of thorns damage or reflect damage. That might be a little bit too much, actually. Actually, no, because that's one of Serap's niche. This guy shouldn't have it. But that's still just really funny and really cool. Okay, so now that we've gotten to experience that, let's go ahead and just put the silly little guy there. Now let's try find the other creature in the video. Let's go try find a Charnia. This is a strange Precambrian invertebrate, which I should be able to find, I think, just anywhere on the ocean floor. Oh, is that? Oh, there we go. So there is a little Charnia. Now, I feel really mean for doing this, but the first thing I kind of have to find out is what happens if you kill one. Since, as you can see, they are kind of just immobile. They chill and sit there. They give you polymer. And regular meat and height. Hello. That was majestic. They give you polymer. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. That's actually really fitting then, but you know, like I've been harping on about for a while now. Trilobites are a decent source of early game black pearls and regular pearls. I like the idea of there being an early game source of polymer as well. Yeah, we have Hesperornis, but you know, just And there is Dickinsonia, which is actually another one of Xyphias' modded creatures. So yeah, we've got two little polymer options now. That's pretty awesome. Now then, in terms of taming yourself a Charnia, it is quite as simple as walking up to it and picking it up. That is quite genuinely it. You just pick up the little bugger and it is now yours. So as you can see, oh, there you go. And it just says place it in the water. What if I don't place it in the water? What if I try and place it onto land? What if I just, you know, be a funny little rebel like that? It'll probably die or probably won't let me. Let's find out. Place. It just, oh, okay, so it's like a structure. You know what? That makes so much more sense. I don't know what I was thinking of. That makes sense. Cool. I, for some reason, thought it'd be like, I don't know, just something that drops. Oh, hold on. I was like, just right here on the beach. But let's do it properly though. Let's go ahead and put it in the water then. So now we have ourselves our very own tamed Charnia, which is lovely and it's just chilling. So just a health stat and weight. So just one thing to quickly note that the Charnia is, oh, it actually gets experience. Huh. Is that they don't eat. They don't eat at all, hence the lack of a food stat. There is currently, as of recording, a temporary bug where they are starving. Xyphias is already aware, they're looking into it. It's a thing that happens to a lot of modded creatures where, for whatever reason, the ability to make a modded creature not eat and not starve is oddly convoluted, from what I've gathered. I've noticed a lot of people have issues with creatures starving or drowning even when they're not supposed to. So again, they're aware, they're gonna fix it, just making that real clear. But the charm of Charnia, pun not intended, the charm of Charnia, the reason why I'd like to tame these guys is because they give you a movement speed boost in the water. So like a swimming boost, which actually is affecting me on land as well. Hold on. Let me just, wait. I don't think it was, I just want to double check. It's not really intended to. So it says, I don't have a movement speed stat anymore, that makes sense, that checks out. Am I actually running faster? No, okay, that makes sense. Again, not supposed to. But I do believe it actually speeds up your creatures as well. So we go ahead then and just try this real quick. It does. So now my, oh god, oh, you do feel speedy. Hold on. It's a little bit hard to tell because Crypto's already a speedy little guy. Let's try that again real quick. Let's go over here. Oh, yeah, I am definitely a lot faster. Oh, let's try that one more time because since, you know, it was just water everywhere, you couldn't really see it very clearly. If I go swimming against the surface of the water, it might be a little bit glitchy, I'm sorry in advance. But if I do that, we can really get an idea for the speed. Or I can just fly. Oh, God, I can fly instead, literally. Right, you can see though a distinct slowness after the movement speed runs out. Right. Well, that's really handy. So that'd be handy to keep in your base, just for generally getting around faster. But I'm sure I did read something about somebody putting this down in a water cave and just speeding through it. So here's a big question then. Here's a really big question. What happens if I get a bunch of them? Does the buff stack? Let's just spawn in, yeah, like a bunch of wild ones, just so we can tame it ourselves. Oh, I don't think that worked. Okay, I was just in too shallow water. So now we've got another one tamed up. And let's grab a couple of more then. And while we're at it, there are some aberrant versions as well. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? Oh no, I love that so much. Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome. I like that. Okay, let's just tame all of them. What a lovely method. So, a lot of us have all been complaining about how taming mechanics are getting too complicated lately, eh? Well, you can't get much easier than this. Literally the hardest part is finding one. And note the lack of any spoil timers, by the way. Unlike fishing baskets, these guys just don't spoil. So let's go ahead and put down another one, and another one. And does it... Oh, they're actually really pretty. Does it stack? I don't think it does stack. Which makes sense. That would be kind of broken, but that is still fun though. There's a significant speed increase, not to mention, they're just really cool. I mean, why wouldn't you want these? Whee! Hold on, let's get back on you then. Yeah, okay, definitely doesn't stack, but it's still just nice and effective. Whee! Oh my god. And can you pick them up again afterwards? You can. There you go. So you can always just pick them up again and replace them. So that they're like little organic structures. That's such an elegant solution. It's a very elegant way of creating like this kind of creature, because it could have easily just been a, you know, a bit of an annoying static, got a cryopod kind of thing. No. The fact that it's a pick-upable structure makes sense. It's a very good idea. Whee! Oh, wait, that didn't work. Hold on, let's try again. Oh, actually, you know what? Hey. Let's get up to you then. Let's get a buff. Just about in range to get a buff. There we go. Whee! Oh, it glitched me. 1 second. You know, I'm just getting the thoughts now. Imagine somebody making like a little race. And imagine a Charnia little power-ups. Whee! Oh, that's not doing what I wanted to do. Okay, well, it's fine. Yeah, no, I'm just imagining now somebody using these like little speed power-ups in a race. That'd be amazing. Actually, here's an important question. Can they breed? I highly doubt it. Enable wandering? Enable following? Do you want to follow me? Nah, it's not going to follow me at all. I imagine as much like the sunken wild diademas, the sea urchins, it's probably like that, where they can follow, but they don't actually move. And I gotta say, it's really lovely having now Charnia and sea urchins in the game. I do think that these kind of more plant-like animals, or just static ones, are a really nice addition, just helps add more life to into the ocean, or to the game in general. It doesn't have to be just an ocean thing. I think, like, we already have plant species, you know, X, Y, Z, and the Rockwell ones. It'd be cool to see just, like, more plants in general. I know it's probably not the most popular idea, but it would add just more endemic life, and that would be wonderful. Otherwise, though, I do believe that is pretty much it for this. That is the SCOTOHARPES and Charnia looked at. And if you're wondering, the whole endgame benefit of the Charnia is, you know, the speed bonus. When I say endgame, I mean like it, you know, lasts into the endgame. You can use that for as long as you deem fitting. But one quick little thing, just before we wrap things up, I just want to mention that with Xyphias's other mod, Magnetized, I missed something very important, and that is that Magnetized actually has variants. Oh, we have a Scoto coming in to take a look. No, stop. Oh. There we go. I didn't want him to move out of my pretty line. Okay, anyway, so I just wanted to quickly mention the fact that, yeah, Magnetized did have a bunch of different variants. I completely missed that, and I feel really bad about that because that is a lot of effort and a really nice variety. We have the aberrant one, which is really cool looking actually, and got bitten by the Scoto. Got the aberrant one, got, I think this was the regular one, this one's the extinction one, this one is a stripeless one, and this one is a scorched one. So just in case you're wondering about that, my bad, sorry about that, but otherwise, yeah, lovely variety, and overall a lot of really amazing mods and some wonderful additions to the game. Thank you all so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, hope you enjoyed the small little early game denizens, and as always, I'll see you all again next time. Take care, have a wonderful day. Cheers.